Okay, so next part, now that I'm done coating the glass, I'm just gonna go ahead and coat this piano trim here. And that's exactly what it is, it's piano trim. So I'm gonna just rest that there because I'm gonna need something to lean on here, and I'm gonna use this towel that I was using earlier to wipe off any excess stuff on there, and I have two coating towels here. Now the paint coating I'm going to be using, and we'll get to a dedicated video on the DP Graphene coating here at GR4. Hopefully it's still good. I haven't used it in a while, but for this one I'm also going to use a suede block because I'm going to use an applicator for the rest of the vehicle, but I'm just using a suede block because it's just a small piece. I'm not going to come back to it. I'm just going to throw this suede in the trash. But you can use anything you want. You know, if you want to use a microfiber applicator, whatever. But for this purpose, because it's just a small piece, I'm just going to use the suede block. So I'm going to use the graphene coating here from DP. We'll get to the specifics as I mentioned in the dedicated video. But for now, you'll get to see the initial, at least the application for this. This is very simple coating to work with. I'm just shaking it so that we mix it all up. Now I know that the dropper is not good, so I have to take the dropper out. It crystallized in there, so it doesn't really no product comes out of it, so I have to just pull this dropper out. If I can get it. I should have got a screwdriver, but I'll just pull it out with my fingers. There it is. So I'm just going to post it on here. So I'm going to use a pipette. I'm going to throw that in here. I'm not going to use that to draw a product. You can buy these. I'll post a link. Very cheap. So I was trying to figure out if this was a clear coating or not. Apparently it's not, so it's got the graphene color, and because this is the first time I'm using an applicator, you know, I'll just put extra product in there. I'll leave that there like that. So I will take one towel. So I have two towels. I marked the corners here to use on there. Before I get started, I'm going to take this and wipe off any excess NSP product, just in case there's some on there. There isn't any on there. Okay, I'm gonna switch to get the suede seated here, and just apply it like so. So one more time. And this coating will rainbow. And I'm going to get this little piano piece here with just the suede. I must have hit some trim there because now it's dirty. So this will rainbow. It's kind of hard to see on here, but again, we'll do a dedicated video on here. And I'm waiting for the rainbow to kind of dissipate a bit before I wipe it off. So now I'm going to grab the other towel while that's waiting. So again, two towels to wipe off. I marked them both with a 1 on the corner, or you can just buy the quadrant ones. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and wipe it off. You don't need to let it set up very long. I'm going to wipe this little piece off as well. Come back with a secondary towel and buff it off. So, I mean, this coating is like one of the easiest coatings you can use. Again, it's an AutoGeek branded coating, and their coatings are usually very user-friendly. So that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not much to this. I can actually see the darkening, the line here. There's a very distinct line of darkening that the coating does. It's not very slick. I mean, it's not the slickest coating, but I mean, it's decent. Yeah, it looks good. So just be careful with this piano trim because it's very sensitive, and so I don't want to wipe it up too much. I mean, there's a big old scratch here that didn't come out with just the the polishing. But that's pretty much it for the DP. I'm gonna go around that piece, that piece, that piece, and the shark fin. That's it. So I'll go to the back just to show you one more time what how this goes on. I'm gonna put that there. Wipe any excess product. Okay, I'm gonna put these towels down because I've already coated the glass and I don't want to go back to doing that. So let me grab my applicator. So again, this is one of the easiest coatings you're going to use. So I'll throw with that much. We all know less is more, but it's good. It's good. It's really hard to capture the rainbow. There's the rainbow right there. I don't know if you can see it. And I'll coat this side of the fin. And you know, there's no videos on this. I think there's only one with Mike Phillips was still there, but really that wasn't too much information on this thing, on this coating. So you're about to get a full run of it. It seems like a really a good coating. Especially if you're looking to get into coatings, you know, maybe a one to look into. Yeah, it's graphene, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. It's still a ceramic coating, very user-friendly. Just come in, mop up the excess, and I'll wipe everything off. And the way I can tell it's ready to be wiped off because that's how the rainbow pretty much dissipate. And come back and secondary towel and make sure that there's no high spots. So yeah, man, that's it. So I'm not have to come back anymore. I actually got to coat this little piece here. So I'll take the applicator like this and coat this little piano trim. So we'll get into the specifics of the coating in a dedicated video, but it's supposed to be an up to 4-year coating. Yeah, so I can see that rainbow. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, very user-friendly. And from what I remember, it's pretty hydrophobic. So that's it for that. I'll go ahead and coat the other side, but that's B-roll footage of that. I'll come back and show you different pieces that I'm going to coat. Actually, I can show you coating the trunk. Why not? I've already done the trunk. Finished polishing it and everything. I'll leave it there for now because I don't have a stool or anything. Just mopping up some of the dust that landed because I have the garage door open. So again, the beauty of the NSP polishes is I don't have to panel wipe. I can go straight into coating and I'm all set. Put the cap on there so I don't lose it. So I'm going to do a line here. Back and forth. Man, that thing rainbows really fast. So you can see the way it rainbows. I mean, that's perfect right there. So this is what the coating is supposed to do, and the rainbow will dissipate Gonna coat the little spoiler here while I'm at it. So once it starts to dissipate a bit, then I'll wipe it off. So I'm going to coat the other side. Okay, so we'll do a puddle line on here and just your crosshatch pattern, nothing too sophisticated. I'm just going over it like 3 times so I don't thin it out too much, and then I'll go over the spoiler. I'll take this off and then I'll touch the edge of the spoiler. I'm going to put that, rest that right there. So now this side, the rainbow is not as prominent, so at this point I'm just going to wipe it off and I'll work from the outer inward. Okay, here's a secondary towel. That's pretty much it. So it actually does feel pretty good underneath the towel. Not as good as the Adams coating in slickness, but it's easier to wipe off than the advanced one. So that's it, and then I can actually tell that it did darken the paint because it does look darker than this piece here. So let me just go over my one more time, make sure I don't have any high spots. And that's just it. So it's coated, looks good from here. You can actually take a light, which I don't need a light because I have the ambient lighting from the garage is actually really good. I can see high spots. It looks good. You can see I can see myself in here. Again, this is one of the most user-friendly coatings you're going to work with. Again, it's an AutoGeek coating, and because of that, they tend to make their products user-friendly. I don't know who blends for them, but this one's pretty good, so it feels good. So that's pretty much it. That's just some B-roll footage of coating various panels on the car there. Now that I've used side number 1, I can actually move on to side number 2. For the other sections here. So I just want to give you a quick little look at the DP graphene coating. I'm going to put this in there for now until I do a dedicated video, which I'll do it on the hood. But I just want to give you an idea of what this coating, how to apply it really easily. I was able to get this thing actually done. I actually shouldn't have put that in there because I got to go to the other side. But that's it. Let me just go ahead and knock this out. Next part is probably just going to be just coating and dressing the tires, and then coating the wheels. And that's pretty much it for this car, and then the trim. So I'll show you the coating the trim because I have a brand new product from Poorboys, their trim coating. So we're going to go ahead and just use that on the trim, and that's pretty much it. So again, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next part. It's either going to be the trim or the wheels, and then finally we're going to do one full walk around of the entire car after it's been polished and coated. All right, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next part. All right, welcome back everyone. The car is done. I finished polishing it. I'm gonna go ahead and coat this trim piece here before I call it a night. There's really not much plastic trim on here. That's this piece here, and then on the bottom down here, this piece here is plastic trim, and That's pretty much it. This piece is plastic, but I'm going to go ahead and, I guess I could coat it with this as well. So I'll probably just coat it with this. But there's not that much plastic on this car, which is pretty good. Most of it's just, you know, paint and glass. And so I'm just going to go ahead and coat the trim. Actually, there's a piece here. I'm going to coat this tomorrow. I just want to go ahead and coat the big stuff here. So I'm going to be using the Poorboys Everlasting Trim Coating. So this is from Poorboys. This is their ceramic, part of their ceramic lineup. And basically it's for plastics. It says texture trim coating for bumpers, moldings, handles, cowls, tonneaus. Preserves new trim, restores faded trim. Rugged ceramic protection, doesn't streak or wipe off. So you get, there's a 30 ml kit. You get one 30 ml bottle of the coating, a microfiber applicator, and a microfiber towel. So let's go ahead and open it. So they give you the little warning for ceramic coatings. I gotta put my gloves on in a second. So they give you a yellow towel in here and the applicator, which I'm not going to use because I actually have a piece of cut saver sheet. I'm going to use that to apply the coating. Now they give you a dropper in here. I didn't really want to use their dropper, but that's okay. When you use these, rinse them out so you can reuse it again. The other thing is you don't want to leave it in the bottle when after you're done using it. But these bottles are actually kind of cool because they have the blue tint on here. But the liquid's clear, but it's got a blue tint to the bottle, which is actually kind of nice. So let me put my gloves on before I get started here. I forget the price of this coating, but I will post my discount code and you guys can save 15% buying it straight from Poorboys. It's a real good, they actually have a real good paint coating. It's a slick coating, and I actually do recommend giving it a try if you're looking for a slick coating, and it's pretty cheap. So I'm going to put this in the caddy, put that there. And like I said, I'm just going to use a piece of a saver sheet. The reason I'm using the saver sheet, it's easier to just manipulate it in there. You can use the applicator, it's not a problem. So let me just grab some coating. And because this is a small saver sheet swatch here, I don't really need it. But this trim is actually, this car is new. So like I said, well, it's a year old. I don't know how long I said on the lot, but it only has 8,000 miles on the car. So just work it in. You may not notice that big of a difference if the trim is new. And this is like a rubber piece. I really didn't want to coat this right now because there's still a little water in here. But it goes on clear. Again, with this trim being new, it's not really doing a lot in terms of changing the appearance. But it will last a long time. Put some more in here. It has a strong odor. And all I did with the trim was I panel wiped it with Meguiar's Surface Prep M122. There we go. Yeah, so we're not going to notice a huge difference on new trim. So it's the best time to protect it with a ceramic coating. Like I said, it has a real strong solvent smell. Okay, so that takes care of that piece. We'll let that set up for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and put it on this piece here. You don't even read the directions on this thing. Okay, ensure the surface is clean with a panel wipe. Shake well before use. Apply 3 to 4 drops directly on okay. And then apply to trim surface using a firm, straight back and forth motion during application. Wipe off excess by gently buffing with microfiber towel. For wipe off, cotton terry towels work effectively. Older, faded, and oxidized trim may require 2 or 3 applications to remove oxidation and fully restore the color. Second layer may be applied after 10 minutes. Avoid exposure to moisture for 12 hours and allow 48 hours before washing. Keep away from children. So it did darken it a little bit, but again, this trim is new, so you know we're not going to notice any dramatic change. This piece actually looks good right here. So I'm going to go on the other side. Now the other side, it doesn't have the, take the entire caddy with me. The other side doesn't have, I can't lift the wiper up on that side. So let's try 3 drops on this thing here. So for this piece, it worked out really well. You know, I don't know if it's really meant for rubber, because this piece is rubber. So that's why I turned my applicator dark. So I can see it going on. It's just not giving that dramatic change. Like I said, because the trim is so new and it's not faded. So that's a good sign. So when I come across a vehicle that has trim that needs a little bit of darkening, I'll go ahead and use it on that. But I've been wanting to try this for a while. So I will say to wear a mask or a respirator, because this stuff will get you. I'm going to have to lift the hood. But you get the gist of it. Not that big of a difference in the appearance of the trim. But it looks pretty good, so let me just wipe this off. This piece came out really good right here. And it actually left the trim slick. So that's it for the Poorboys trim product here. Like I said, I've been wanting to try this for some time now. It gets really good reviews. Like I said, if you guys are looking to try like a really cheap coating, try their ceramic coating. It's affordable. You can buy, I think it comes in a 30 mil kit. I forget how much their actual paint coating is, but the trim coating, I think I paid $55 shipped, and it did a let me see if it alters the look, if I put a little bit more on here. Nope, so it still looks the same. I just wanted to try it. But as I was mentioning, I paid $55 ship for this, just for the trim. Like I said, I heard really good things about it, and that it performed very well in Scott HD's test. That was another reason why I wanted to try it. And again, I'll post up my discount code if you guys want to buy direct from Poorboys. It'll set you, save you 15%, and you can pick up the trim coating. And again, I would actually recommend to pick up the paint coating and give it a try if you're looking for, it's I think it's rated at a 3-year coating, and with maintenance, of course, you can always exceed that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Poorboys Everlasting Trim Coating. I forget how long this thing's gonna last, but very user friendly. I mean, I had no problems applying it. I'll probably go ahead and apply it to the back of these wiper blades. And then again, there's very little trim. There's like trim right here, the bottom, and that's it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean these up with the surface prep, coat those, and call it a night here. And then I'll come back tomorrow and coat the paint and the wheels. So again, thanks for watching. This is a quick little look at the Everlasting Trim Coating from Poorboys World. All right, thanks for watching.